ready to go!
Pants Free Podcast.
Nick, do you hate going to the post office?
Yeah, I have a pile of stuff that needs to go to the post office, and it's still here after about 4 months. So clearly the answer is yes.
Well, if you go to stamps.com, you can buy and print U.S. postage in minutes. If you sign up today, click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner of the screen and type in Pants Free Pod, you get a special offer. $80 value, $25 in postage and coupons, a free digital scale valued at $50, $5 supplies kit, and a 4-week trial. Check it out, stamps.com. Never go to the post office again.
Hello and welcome to another fantastic edition of the Pants Free Podcast. Pants never required. On this episode, we learn why it's better to save yourself for divorce. Here now is your host, Balonius Francine Marconi, and his podcast compadre, Nick Miles.
Well, hey, hi.
Hello.
I still am not used to our fancy intro for the podcast. It seems crazy to have that. I mean, it seems like too good for me.
I always worry a little bit because now what do you do? Like, it's so super fancy. Where do we go from here?
Yeah, it's a big build-up for nothing, really. It's like all we can do is screw it up from here, right? You know what I mean?
And we're well known for that.
Yeah. Did you go see any movies or anything like that? I haven't seen Star Wars yet, or Star Trek, I mean.
No, I'm a loser in a sense, too. There's about 4 or 5 movies that I really, really want to see. Although, I did finally get to see my NBC show that ran last month.
Is that a movie now?
Yeah. No, I just haven't watched television very much. I make it all the time. I make TV shows and I do TV appearances, but no, I'm not. I don't watch any of it. Yeah, I don't have time.
I just did a YouTube video about the K-holes that I get lost in. You know, when you get on the internet and you just start going through one thing and the other, and you're like, oh, I forgot to watch this. I need to get, this is a cool app. Maybe I should sign up for this. You know, you just constantly ADD through the internet.
It feeds the whole internet feeds our attention deficit disorder.
Like our page at facebook.com/pantsfreepod. Pants Free Podcast.
So, Nick, if you are hungry for a snack, Dave's Killer Bread toasted by itself with anything. I've done a new thing where I caramelize some onions and mushrooms, and then I grill some salmon. And then I just put that into between 2 toasted slices of Dave's Killer Bread, and marron, so delicious.
Pretty good.
Yeah, and if you want, you can add a thin layer of a buttery spread of some kind. Oh my God, Dave's Killer Bread. Just say no to bread on drugs. Go to daveskillerbread.com to find a location near you.
Yum.
And now it's time for Pants Free News.
Oh, Nick, we look forward to this every week. We go through the news without pants.
Yes, and we turn it into a mockery of reporting.
Yeah, I don't know why. It sounds as though you're in the background with your microphone today.
Now move it up if you like.
Yeah, let's do it. Get it going.
Now it's right by my chops.
It still sounds like you might be in the bathroom. Are you in the bathroom right now?
No, but I wish my microphone was portable because I'd use the bathroom all the time.
Are you saying, is this podcast keeping you from using the restroom?
Absolutely.
So you would do it from your royal throne.
Yes, I'm on the porcelain throne, and today's Pants Free Podcast, and I clearly don't have pants on.
I picture Nick's personal bathroom because he has a giant mansion of a house that he lives in, and he basically took his childhood home from Wappingford, which was more like a castle, and he lives on a hill there. I do believe I'm not going to say where he lives in Portland, but in what area I won't discuss. But it's on a hill, and it looks over the land and the valley, and he has a giant brick wall around it where his dogs run free. And
it's actually the area of town is called Nictoria. Victoria, like Pretoria from Family Guy. My own country.
And so you look about over the city and you're vast, but my favorite thing that you've shown me is your royal throne. It's like a velvet-covered toilet with one of those hanging down chains that you pull to flush it. Very fancy.
TV, drinks remote. Yeah.
You have like you have a whole setup in there, so you can just sit on the toilet all day.
The television is also a mirror, so when you turn off the TV, you use it as a mirror, and it's like 40 inches.
You're a fancy ass.
Doesn't everybody have that? All right. Who was butchered at a hockey game?
Oh, the national anthem.
Yes, it was.
It was at the Winterhawks game, right?
Yeah. This poor girl who sang the national anthem did such a horrible job that now she's an internet sensation.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's first gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night. Whose broad stripes and bright stars at the dawn's early light, whatsoever we strain, and the twilight still gleaming, and the rise of Bieber, the bombs bursting in air, and the man was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And this poor guy is the honor guard. You see the picture of him, and the guys in their like blue jackets and their blue berets behind her, the honor guard, and you see that it's so painful. They're like staring out into space, like, when will it end?
I was just watching the video and I was thinking that. Like, I can't even look at this.
It's the news! It's the news!
What door closed this week?
Oh, see what you did there? Ray Manzarek of The Doors, he was 74, and he passed away. It's kind of crazy because I work for a radio, and I play Doors music on some of my radio stations that I'm on. And I played a few clips of this guy, and I'd never really heard him speak before, but he was a really nice guy. This guy absolutely loved being in The Doors and loved working with Jim Morrison. And it may not have been perfect. We don't know. We weren't there. Maybe he's just like trying to preserve a memory of someone that's no longer with us. But in the interviews that I played clips from on the air, he just sounded like a really upbeat, fun-loving kind of guy that you would enjoy hanging around talking about. I mean, he's a legend. He's a rock legend as far as the band that he was in is iconic. So, and he was the keyboardist of the band. So he played, I mean, some of the biggest riffs that we know from The Doors he was involved in. So that's pretty crazy.
He died from bile cancer.
Oh,
bile duct cancer.
Oh, my God.
And he was in Germany trying to get treatment for it. But he lived in Napa Valley most of his, at least the last 10 years. The things he was most famous for are definitely those keyboard riffs. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I mean, that keyboard sound is hidden.
I think we should sample what you just did and put that into a Doors song.
Hands-free news.
They got Flickr, and now they got Tumblr.
Oh, man. Yeah, Yahoo is buying Tumblr, and as you may know, if you follow us or check us out at pantsfreepod.com, we use Tumblr as our main website, and I use all my websites are Tumblr sites. I love Tumblr. I think it's one of the greatest things ever. And I don't know, do you have any predictions? Do you think that Yahoo is going to change Tumblr, or will they keep it the same? Like, what do you think? What is your prediction?
I think actually they're going to do a good job. I mean, Yahoo is a company that got, they sort of didn't manage to win the search engine game that was sort of won by Google, but they're doing really well with some subsidiary sites. Like their news stuff is really interesting. They do great news sites.
Right.
They own Flickr, and they've done a great job with Flickr because now you can download Flickr. And basically you take a picture on any of your phones and it automatically uploads to your Flickr account, and then you can go from any device into the account and view all your photos or manage them.
The kind of pictures I take on my phone should not be automatically uploaded to the internet.
Right, but no one else can see them apart from you.
Oh, really? That still makes me nervous, though, because, like, I'm not famous, but say you were famous and your account was hacked.
I mean, well... Yeah, could be. Yahoo also, they've moved all of their sites over to WordPress, which means they're easily managed. Anyone that knows anything about web, I think they've done this whole Tumblr will get now this whole animated photo stuff on it, so you can animate through photos on your website. They're going to do an awful lot with their photographic creativity, and I just think you're going to find Tumblr will go to the next level where the websites will be able to do so much more than they've ever been able to do before.
That's cool. I mean, and maybe with this purchase for what $1 billion something, maybe
1.1 billion, yeah.
Maybe Tumblr can afford to put an E in their name.
What pretty boy gets pretty badly beaten up?
He wasn't beaten up. Justin Bieber was just booed.
Yeah, beaten up by the crowd. I mean, in the sense of he got booed.
It was weird because he got up there and he had his sunglasses on, and it kind of seems insincere.
But I find it really hard that now he seems to be emulating being like a rap star instead of being the cute little white boy that he always set out to be. So the gold chains and this sunglass thing, it just looks like a douche. There's a lot of suggestions about the kid smoking marijuana and having sex with people at concerts, but there's never really any very clear evidence.
What does he smoke again? I just could clarify.
The marijuana, the ganja.
I like the way you said it first, though. Now you've corrected yourself and you've ruined it for everyone.
Yeah, well, I like to ruin things.
The thing I don't understand, he got he won the milestone award. I mean, what is his milestone? Puberty?
Yeah. Who's true to form and being a brat?
Oh man, I can't. He is? I think the D-bag of the week, Kanye West.
I think he's a D-bag of every week, isn't he?
He really is. He was at the Adult Swim upfronts in New York City doing something for them, and they invited him there. And this is where, like, the advertisers decide how much money they're going to spend annually on the TV shows, right?
Right.
I mean, you were in television once. Remember that?
Yeah, the upfront is basically where new programs are rolled out for all the advertisers, and then they try to sign contracts with them right after.
So the last thing anybody wants is for Kanye West to be making a scene for himself.
Right.
I don't know if you really know this. One thing about me, when I'm the worst kind of celebrity.
There's mentally something wrong with him, right?
Yeah, but this is not new. Like, we've seen this, him grabbing the microphone at award ceremonies and making a douchebag out of him. And I mean, he just can't be trusted on the microphone.
I ain't kissing nobody, motherfucking babies. I drop your baby and you sue me and shit. I'm trying to make some music that inspires people to be the best they can be. And I don't want nobody to ask nothing else of me.
He's screaming and yelling that he wants to be left alone. Well, then get out of show business.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is, too, we'll leave you alone. We won't even pay you to appearance fee. I mean, you got to think he probably got $100,000 for that appearance.
Probably more, right?
Yeah, probably more.
So, screw Kanye, and I say the only thing I ever said about Kanye West is I was upset because before Spotify came out,
right,
and I would buy songs on iTunes, back in the old days, Nick. Right. Remember when the only source for buying music was on the internet was iTunes?
Right.
And I would buy some of Kanye's more popular songs because some of them were, Stronger was pretty good, and I like some of those songs like that. And I thought I genuinely didn't hate his music.
Right.
And when he started being a jerk to everyone, like Taylor Swift and stuff, I'm like, the only thing I regret is now I can't unbuy all the crap that I bought of Kanye's.
Right.
You know? So if there's any way I can do that, iTunes, I'd be glad to give back my rights to any Kanye West music that I have. Well, there you have it. Another enjoyable edition. I think it was enjoyable. Did you enjoy yourself?
I always enjoy myself.
I'm Belonius Francine Marconi, along with my pal Nick J. Miles, saying,
I have a pants removing device, and I want to share it with you.
Pantalones a libero.
Join us again next time for another glorious edition of the Pants Free Podcast. Can't you stay just a bit longer? I'll bake some cookies. Rub your feet.
Pants Free Podcast.